Have you ever considered making a LEGO train layout but you have no idea where to begin? Well, then this video is for you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on how to start a LEGO train layout regardless of whether you're a beginner or you're an expert. So without me wasting too much time, let's jump right in. So with that being said, it is always crucial to make yourself a plan so you know what you're getting yourself into. Is your layout going to have modular buildings on it, or is it going to be more of a landscape? Is it going to have tunnels and trees, or is it going to be a farmland? Is your layout going to be more of a circle or oval, or is it going to have different switches and different sizes of curves on it? Either way, you get to decide, and that's the best part. And so regardless of what you choose, it's always best to stay prepared and keep a plan in mind. The second tip follows the first one, and that you are going to be still making a plan, but this time instead of in your head, it's going to be on a piece of paper. Grab yourself a piece of paper, whether it's graph paper, line paper, or just a blank sheet, and get yourself your favorite pencil and get to work. You can make yourself a little grid of all of the different spaces that you have available to you, and you can plot them out on base plates or 16 by 16 plates, however you so choose. From there, you can place all of your modular buildings if you're going to include them, and you can also plan out all of your curves, your switches, and everything else in between, like your train stations, your train yards, your sidings, your forests, your tunnels, your trees, mountains, tunnels, and bridges. Did I say tunnels twice? The reason you draw it out on paper is so you can define the area that you have available to you and how you can best use it, because there are a lot of things that people, especially myself, want to include, like expansive bridges and tunnels and other things like that, but unfortunately space is a limiting factor, and so I had to make a priority, which was modular buildings. For me personally. For you, it might be a tunnel or a certain type of bridge, and then you can go from there. And once you allocate the space that you want to that main thing, then you can add other things like a beach and a bridge, or you can go in and add a train station or different sidings and other things like that. And so like I just said, and as you can see behind me, my main priority is modular buildings. And so once I allocate enough space to that, then I can go ahead and start to plan out everything else that I would want in my LEGO train layout. Step 3 of the plan is where the fun actually begins. This is where you get to go ahead and actually lay out your train track on your brand new table, on the floor, or wherever you have space for it. Then you can go ahead and you can actually get creative with all of the space that you have available to you, with all of the different curves that you had planned out in steps 1 and 2. In doing so, you can start to get a feel for how this layout is going to look, how it's going to feel, and everything in between. Don't be afraid to change your layout though. Don't be afraid to change your siding into a leading line or add an S-curve where you weren't expecting to. That's part of the fun. Things happen, plans change, and oftentimes it's for the better. You'll never know what you can come up with once you actually start laying physical track pieces down. Personally, I find myself in a more creative state when I am actually using physical pieces as opposed to using digital software like Bluebrick or Bricklink Studio or anything else like that. But that's not to lessen the importance of the stuff that you did in steps 1 and 2. Those laid the foundation for what you're doing right now. So that is very critical and very important, so do not skip those 2 steps. The 4th tip I have for you is to start small. Don't be afraid to buy a city set, like an all-in-one passenger train set or a cargo train. These are perfect for getting started. They give you enough track to make a full loop, and oftentimes they even give you a couple of extra straights and even a switch if you buy the cargo train. And they also give you a locomotive, some rolling stock, as well as some minifigures and side builds to help tell your stories. From there, feel free to let your layout grow with different switches and new lines and other things like that. That's part of the fun of having it grow on its own. Trying to build a massive layout all in one go is a surefire way to run out of bricks, patience, space, and most importantly, money. So start small and let it grow naturally. That's a perfect way to make your layout more unique, and it's a surefire way to make the experience more fun as a whole. You don't need any fancy switches, any third-party pieces, or even custom trains. It's just to get the ball rolling. And once you get the basics down, then feel free to expand. One honorable mention that I'll give before I get to the 5th and final tip, which is arguably the most important, is to get inspiration. Feel free to scroll on YouTube or Instagram or even the LEGO Train subreddit and find different inspiration from there. See how those people set up their tracks, whether they're using a modular system, the Penlug standard, or they just have the bare tracks straight on the table or on a base plate. Those are all perfectly viable options. But LEGO only makes 5 different types of pieces for train track. They make a 16 stud straight segment, a R40 curve, a left switch and a right switch, and the flex track piece. And this could be a whole tip in and of itself, but do not use the flex track pieces. I'm just kidding. Flex tracks are a great way to get some really unique and interesting shapes in your layout, especially early on. Just be careful of running trains at high speeds on them though. But once you get the hangout of a normal circle layout, then feel free to expand and look at third-party pieces and fancy switches if that's something that you're interested in. So the fifth and final piece of advice that I have for you in today's video regarding starting a train track layout is to have fun. That is the most important part of any Lego building experience, is to enjoy yourself. And so if you're not having fun, then what's the point? You should be going ahead and doing what you love. And if you're watching this video, that means you want to start a train layout. So with that in mind, go out and find what inspires you to make your own layout unique. You can add buildings like I have behind me. You can add mountains like Brickcrafts. You can add different tunnels like Brixie, or you can have a simple metro station like Preston Builds. Any way you slice it, as long as you have space for a train, your layout is perfect. And also on the same note of having fun, don't forget to run your trains as well. This isn't just a display piece. Lego has given us incredible motors and different designs over the years, whether it was the 12 volt or 9 volt systems from back in the day, or more recently, they've given us power functions and the powered up system. And there's even third-party options out there like circuit cubes and other pieces like that, if that was something that you're interested in. But with any of those in mind, your trains can actually move around this layout. And so as long as you have a complete loop of track, then you can go through and you can make your trains run and you can watch them go around, which I think is personally the best part. So with that in mind, those are the 5 tips plus an honorable mention for you that I have in today's video. And so I really just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you found it informative or at the very least entertaining, make sure to like the video and subscribe, as well as click the bell notifications so you don't miss any future uploads, like a possible part 2 to this video. If there's anything that you think I missed in today's video, make sure to drop a comment down below and I'll be sure to talk about it in that part 2 video. But with that being said, thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys get to enjoy your brand new train layouts just as much as I enjoy mine. So with that, I can't wait to see you next time, and bye for now. I don't have the apartment building in here, so there's no train track in the back. It fell off the table once already, but we don't talk about that. Nailed it.